Hi guys, we are starting a new cycle 18 this week. So we have done short vowels and we have done long vowels and magic E. And now we are going to move on to suffixes. So this is going to be cycle 18. This is lesson 91. This is the intro to this little concept. Let's look at our targets. I can identify the suffix that has been added to a base word. I can read CBC word. I can read a CBC word that is changed into a CBCE word by using a magic E. Did a little review of magic E. I'm going to send you that video. Let's think about the word suffix. You probably haven't heard that word before. Maybe you have, but it means an ending. So E, the ones we're going to be talking about in these lessons are ED, ING, and S. So suffixes are little chunks of letters that go at the end of the word that essentially change the meaning. So let's take a peek. Should we sing this song? I don't know if we want to sing the song. Every time I sing the song, I think of Cullen, just by the way, and how he always used to tell me whether or not it was a good one. Let's do this one. Sit down and come together. Sit down and come together right now. Open up your ears now and listen to these words. It's time to hear some words now and think how they've changed. Curious to see what Cullen would think of that one. I don't think that one was very good. That one didn't rhyme very well. It didn't flow. Maybe it's just my terrible singing. So look at this word at the top in the green box. B-A-K-E. Magic E at the end is going to make that A say its name. B-A-K. Bake. Bake. What does it mean to bake? To bake a cake. To cook something in the oven. If I add a letter S to the end, bakes, it changes the word. So, bake is something you would do right now. I bake a cake. When you think of the word bakes, you would probably be talking about someone else. She bakes cakes for her job. She is a baker. She bakes the cakes. Go down here. So the S is the suffix in that word. The word bake is still there. That's our root word, as they call it. That's our base word. And then you add the S to change the word just a little bit. Baking. This is a tricky one because the magic E is gone. There is a little rule. When the suffix starts with a vowel, so ES, ED, ING, I is a vowel, E is a vowel, E is a vowel. Baked, baking, bakes. When your suffix starts with a vowel, you drop the silent E and add the suffix. But the vowel still says its name. So even though that silent E is still here, and you can just add the S, and the silent E is still here, and you add the D, baked. I baked the cake yesterday. You can't see it as much, but you can definitely see it with an ING. When you add ING to the end of your word, your silent E disappears. It's all gone. Bakes, baking, baked. What is a suffix? S, ING, and ED. What do you suppose these groups of letters represent? Well, I already told you, so it's not that much of a secret. They are suffixes. They are just letters that are going to come at the end of a word that change the word just a little bit. It doesn't change the meaning of the word. Usually it just changes the tense, meaning when it happened. Did it happen now? Did it happen yesterday? Is it going to be happening? So bake, when you add the S, boop, just pops onto the end. Baking, If you add the ing, you're going to take away your silent E. Baked, ed is the suffix. So strangely enough, you're going to lose your silent E to add the ed. Sounds weird, but it's going to do the same thing. Make this A still's going to say its name. Baked, baking, bakes. All right. Here's another song. You ready? Now it's time to decode words using the letter sounds. Connections. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I just can't even do this one. Colin, this one's terrible. It's terrible. We're going to watch for the changes, though. All right, little suffix sleuths. Get your little magnifying glasses out and let's see if we can see the suffixes. We're going to look for those suffixes. Last week, we were syllable sleuths. We were looking for syllables. Today, we're going to be sleuths again, suffix sleuths. Remember, a sleuth is like a detective. We're going to be like detectives and learn about how some suffixes make the magic E invisible. So let's look at this word. What is this word? Let's do it. S-M-I-O. There's magic E. It's going to make that I say I. Smile, smile, smile. So we're going to work with these three suffixes with every word. S, I-N-G, E-D. So we add the S to the end. Smiles, smiles. I-N-G, magic E disappeared. But the I is still going to say I. Smiling. Add an ED. Magic E disappeared. And ED took its place. So it didn't really disappear. But kind of did. All right. You're going to get your dry erase board. And I should have had that at the beginning of the lesson for you to have your dry erase board handy, but I'll put that in the audio instructions when I assign this. So you've got your tools, you've got your board, you've got your marker, you've got your eraser. That's 4 things, but that's only 3 things that I'm talking about. You've got your eraser, which could be anything. It's not our cute little erasers that we had at school. So, smiled, smiled. Let's write the word smiled. Let's write the word smile first. S-M-I-O. S-M-I-O. Magic E. And then if we're adding smiled, if we're adding the ED sound, you're going to add a D to the end. You're not really going to take your magic E away. You're just going to add a D. So identify your suffix. E-D. We're going to draw a box around it. E-D. Ed. Say it out loud. Ed. Smiled. D. It's not really ed. It's D. Smiled. Oops, I kind of went too high. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a tough one. If you were just sounding this out, and you didn't know we were doing this with these words, this would look like j-ok-ing, jocking. But J-O-K-E spells joke, joke, joke. Because we're adding the ing, and this is a suffix that starts with a vowel I. Take away your silent D, add ing, sorry. Joking, joking, joking. So draw a box around your suffix. Say it, ing. Underline the base word. Your base word is the word we started with, the main word. And then say them together. If it makes sense, say it out loud. If it doesn't sound right, try it with an invisible magic E, making the sound long. Ooh, it's like so jumpy, my computer. This is a good one. Aid. So if we crossed out that D and we just did aid, trade, we have our silent E at the end, but we're going to add the suffix ed to make the D sound at the end. Traded, traded. So you would take away your magic E and add an ed, but mostly we're just adding a D to the end. Good job. That's another one. This is a good one. Rules. This is a good one because you can see it. Your magic E still stays there. U, O. Rules. Rules. Don't break the rules. Come on, computer. Blamed. Bull. That's a blend. Bull. Adding the D. Blamed. Blamed. So put a box around that suffix and underline the root word. Blamed. 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 Ooh, this one's tricky. ING. Now, ING is a little tricky. Let's imagine, if you will, take away this ING and put an E at the end. Close. 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 Like close the door. Close. Close. If we're adding an ING, we take away silent E, add your ING, and now we have closing. 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 Now, it's really important when you're reading these new words, you should have your word list. It's really important that when you read it, if it doesn't make sense, don't just skip to the next word and keep going. If it doesn't make sense, if you say classing, you're smart people. You know classing is not a word. So use your sleuth, your detective skills, and go back and look at the word again and see, what are the rules I've been learning about, and how can I apply them to this word that I may not know? Oh, there's an ING at the end. Ing. Oh, we're working with long vowels. Oh, closing. Just kind of work on it. And if you need help, you can always ask a big person, or you can ask me. You can always call me. So now, this is your secret words. You are going to take your dry erase board that you've been working with, and you're going to write 4 words, starting at the top of your board. We are going to start with the word bake. B-A-K. So there's a magic E. I'll give you a hint. B-A-K. Bake. At the top of your dry erase board, bake. Then below that, you are going to write bakes. Bakes. So you're adding the suffix s. Bakes. Bakes. So when you're adding an s, you don't lose your magic E. Okay? Now you're going to write baking. Baking. Because it's ing, you are going to lose your silent E. Baking. There's no silent E in this one, but the A still says its name. Baking. Ba-a-k-ing. Baking. It's your third one. Your last word, baked. Baked. So ba-a-k-d. Baked. So you can think of it 2 ways. Either just add the d at the end, baked, or think about taking away the silent E and adding an ED to the end. Okay, good job. So those are your secret words. You're going to take a picture of your dry erase board and send it to me on Seesaw. Baked, bakes, baking, baked. Okay, so this is just like the words we would have put on our Post-it notes and hung up on our window at school, the window of our door. Okay? Good job, my friends.